We're free. We're free. Oh, we're free. What's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, and the reason I'm saying we're free is because I have uninstalled Cold War from my PC. I can't say it with a straight face, guys. I was waiting for this moment, and I figured I'd bring you guys the last Cold War gameplay I guess I'll ever upload. I can't say this with a straight face because I guess you guys don't realize how happy I am. Okay, but in all seriousness, I did want to take a look back to Cold War and actually reflect on this game because I did play this game a lot, okay? I know that a lot of people could be questioning my sanity. I know this was not a popular COD game by the community, but there are some things I do want to praise this game for, okay? So, Cold War was a game that I wouldn't have personally played a lot of. I kind of felt the same way I did about this game with BO4, and BO4 I didn't play past January, so I stopped after 2 months pretty much. But I met quite a lot of people this year, and that's what kept me playing Cold War. I ended up hitting the 30 days played mark on this game somehow. I know a lot of people are going to question me for that as well. But let me explain why Cold War really wasn't the worst COD game I ever played. I think the reason I really just didn't like Cold War was the engine. The gameplay itself, and this is just something that I really wanted to kind of praise Treyarch for, is that there was a lot of variety in this game whenever it came to weapons. There were a lot of fun, really fun weapons to use, like the FFAR. The FFAR has to be one of my favorite guns to ever use in a COD game because it's a gun that is very good but really hard to use and takes a lot of skill to use compared to something like a Krig or XM4, for example, because those guns are just, the recoil's very straightforward. But the FFAR is a lot harder to use, and there were some other guns too that were really fun, and just felt like that same way, like they took a lot of skill to use, and they were very rewarding if you could master them. And I feel like there really hasn't been a lot of guns in Call of Duty in recent years like that, and that is one thing that I just really did enjoy about this game. Also, the pacing of it. The pacing was good. I really enjoy a fast-paced game. I can play a slow-paced game. It doesn't really bother me, but after playing Modern Warfare 19 and adapting all year in Modern Warfare, as we like to say as a joke, it was a breath of fresh air to come on here and just be able to drop an average of 50-plus kills a game because of the pacing. So, Modern Warfare, I averaged like 35 to, in Ground War, maybe like 40-plus, but in 6v6 and 10v10, it was like 35 kills average. Whereas in this game, 6v6, it was like 50. So I really did enjoy the pacing of this game. And the fact that we could technically cycle streaks during the same life was pretty cool. I did enjoy it. They kind of brought that back. But as for why I didn't really care for Cold War, I'm going to go over a couple things, and these are going to be my opinions on why Cold War wasn't a great game. And if they would have just done better in this regard, I think this game could have been a very good COD game. First things first, Cold War kind of captures what an old COD was movement-wise. There wasn't really anything complex about the movement in this game. There wasn't really anything fancy or special you could do with it. So that's one thing, is the movement was toned back from Modern Warfare 19. So it kind of felt like an older COD game, but personally I prefer Modern Warfare's movement system, so that was kind of a downside for me. But one of the things this game did really bad, in my opinion, was the score streak system. And the reason why is it was supposed to reduce spam, is what they said. But what they should have said is it was supposed to reduce spam of good players earning streaks, because that's really all it did, was make it so that if you are someone who's able to go on long kill streaks, you're penalized because you're not able to earn that same kill streak and snowball off your previous kill streaks. Meanwhile, every enemy in the game is able to just spam spy planes one after another because they could just build on top of each other. And I mean, let's be honest, so many people run spy planes, so every 5 seconds on this game it's enemy spy plane inbound, enemy spy plane inbound, enemy spy plane inbound. I think you guys get the point. So that was, in my opinion, one of the most annoying things about this game. Also, let's not even get into enemy air patrol detected, enemy air patrol detected, all game long. That was super annoying, especially in 12v12 and the combined arms playlist. Oh my goodness, the amount of people that ran air patrol in that mode. Let's say you went on a 15 kill streak, you just earned a harp and a gunship, and you're super excited to go on those streaks, and all of a sudden you hear enemy air patrol detected. Like, it was such a vibe killer all year long, and the only way to counter it was to have to waste a score streak slot whenever, you could be doing much more, earning something else that you actually earned, like, if you're not just going on 5 kill streaks and dying every life just to build up your streaks, but if you actually went out and earned those streaks and went on like a 13 kill streak, well, too bad. Enemy air patrol detected. And the only way to counter it was to run the air patrol. So it was really just, yeah. Air patrols were just super annoying. Another thing is the overall input of this game was much laggier than Modern Warfare. And again, it's just going to be the older engine. So overall, I wish the engine was Modern Warfare's engine. Just because the game is just so smooth on the Modern Warfare engine. There's like less input lag, all that kind of stuff. It just feels so much better. But that's just kind of nitty gritty. As for gameplay, the score streak system, the engine, and there's one other thing that kind of bothered me about this game, and it was the map design. I like maps that have good flow, but I don't like every map to be a small version of Nuketown, pretty much. I mean, or not a small version of Nuketown, I should say like a medium-sized Nuketown. Every map kind of felt like Nuketown, yet Crossroads Strike, Garrison, which Garrison was a good competitive map, Pubs, it's debatable. You have, I can't even try to remember the maps on this game. The only like big maps were like Miami and Cartel, right? Like Armada Strike, small. Miami Strike, small. They're not medium-sized maps either. They're all small-sized maps. And that was just pretty much like how a lot of the maps were. The only medium-sized maps in this game were pretty much the Black Ops 1 remakes. All the Black Ops 2 remakes were like the medium-sized maps, right? Like, they're small to medium. They're not really big. Raid played really fast in this game, especially because the movement speed in this game was extremely fast for sprinting, because you could do the stutter walk and get across the map extremely fast. So yeah, that was another thing. It just, every map felt super small, and I like some variety. I don't hate small maps, but I just want some variety, man. I want some complex maps. I want some simple maps. I want some competitive maps. I want some medium-sized maps that are kind of hybrid in between. And I think Vanguard's going to do a good job on that, because from what I played in the beta, it seemed like they were a little bit more simple but complex at the same time. And I think Vanguard kind of nailed the map design for what fits me. Modern Warfare was a little bit too slow, and it was really just the spawns that made Modern Warfare so slow. It was always like a battle of tug-of-war. You spawn side versus side, and if you died, you had to spawn all the way in the back of the map and push back up. And if you died again, you have to repeat that entire cycle, which could be 2 minutes before you get some more action. So, Cold War, spawns were a little bit too slippery, but hopefully Vanguard, it's not like that, and it'll be somewhere in between. So, honestly, those were the only things I didn't like about Cold War. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to have other complaints, but that's me. So, I want to know in the comment section below, how did you think of Cold War? Anyways, I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out.